What's up, y'all? It's like 85 degrees outside, and I'm wearing all black. Not only is my skin black, but my clothes is black, my hat is black, in the Fed, and I'm still stacking Bitcoin. Uh, no matter what the price is, it's essential to just keep stacking Bitcoin. You know, I know the price is high. You know, many people that has introduction to Bitcoin may see the value as either one, a scam, or that they want to enter Bitcoin. You know, they want to invest in it, but they don't think that, you know, their dollars is going to, you know, be valuable. Uh, they don't think that if they only have $100, that $100 is not going to mean anything, because the price of Bitcoin is so high. It's at like 60,000 right now. So, but you know, that's simply not true. You know, it's all about percentages, right? And you know, Bitcoin is way more than just the price action or the price that it's going to get to. You know, it's much more than a monetary, part of it. It's much more than that. It's about freedom, about sovereignty, it's about being permissionless, and much more than that. But you know, when it comes to price action, which meaning, you know, the candles on the chart, or even more than price action, you know, the value of Bitcoin going up. So even more than the value of Bitcoin going up, it's percentages matter, you know. So no matter if you have $100 in and Bitcoin goes up, you know, say 30%, you know, you just made $30 off of that, you know, that 30% if you invested $100, right? And if you have more than that, you know, $1,000, you know, it's just going to keep compounding. You got $300 and so on and so forth. So it's all about percentages. Hopefully my math was right. Sometimes I'm not, you know, I'm a little cuckoo. But yeah, it's all about percentages. So when you think about bank accounts, you know that bank accounts are not going to increase in value. Matter of fact, you're going to be losing purchasing power. You're going to be losing money the longer that you keep your money in a bank account. And you know, your bank may give you a percentage gain. You know, they may give you 0.01%, which is nothing. You know, if you have $1 million and you kept it in your, you know, checking account, you're not going to get anything. If you kept it in a savings account, yeah, you may gain something, you know, 3%, 5%. But with inflation, you're going to be still losing value or just breaking even, you know, with the purchasing power. So it's still good to invest in Bitcoin and get way beyond that 5%. You know, you got the S&P 500 too, which is like a basket full of stocks like Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, all those things. And, you know, and that may go 8 to 12% a year. But even then, you're going to be not gaining as much, you know, value, because it's still inflation. So you're just barely might just be beating inflation, or, you know, the cost of capital, you know, through inflation, through, you know, your work commitments, all of those things. So you're just going to be losing over time. But Bitcoin, you know, it can average over 45% a year, even up to, you know, many years Bitcoin has produced over 120% a year. So that means, so say, just think about that. Year over year, you're gaining 100% of your money in capital. So if you put $100 in the next year, you're gonna make $100, or $120 if it's 120%. So you're just going to be gaining. And if it's like 50%, you know, if you want to be super conservative, 25%, you know, that's going to beat, you know, stock market. It's going to beat real estate returns. Oftentimes, that's going to be definitely keeping your money in the bank. So you're going to beat the returns You're going to beat inflation when you hold your money in Bitcoin, when you save your money in Bitcoin. So please don't think about the price of Bitcoin. Don't think that it's too much. I know it's ridiculously high, 60,000. But pretty soon it's going to be 100,000, 150,000, and you're really going to be like, oh man, it's becoming harder and harder to accumulate a fair share of Bitcoin. But luckily, with Bitcoin, no matter if you're rich or you're poor, you can buy into it. Many things like real estate, if you don't have capital, you can't buy real estate. You can't buy fractions of a building. Now there's apps where there's apps out there where they may allow you to buy fractional shares, a percentage of a company, but you're not going to get anything in return. You may get, you put a substantial amount into it, a couple $1,000s, and you may get $20, after years. So you got to really put a lot of capital into it. And still, these apps can just go down. And then you got the stock market. You gotta learn, I mean, you can put it in the S&P, that'll work. That can help you out a lot. Put your money in the S&P, an index fund, or SPY or QQQ, things of that sort. And you can earn your money that way. You can build upon that. And so that's a good way. Most people can do that. Just open up a brokerage account, Fidelity, Vanguard. I don't know what country you live in, but most people can invest into some type of index fund, either United States index funds, like SPY, QQQ, or, the variation of that, like Vanguard ETFs or index funds. But yeah, you can invest into that, and it'll be helpful. But you okay, baby girl? She just fell. And yes, I know I'm gonna go back inside because it's hot, but she has her water. So yeah, most people, even then, it takes some education, a little bit more education sometimes, to invest into the stock market or invest into these index funds and stuff. To believe it or not, it's easier to invest in Bitcoin than it is to index funds. One, it's 24 hours investing into Bitcoin. So whatever brokerage that you use, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till you're, well, if you're using a specific service, right? Like Coinbase or Strike, how you Strike, and like River. So you may wait, it may take time to get your account approved to buy Bitcoin, but it doesn't take that much time. And most people, as long as you have your ID and stuff, most people can get approved and will get approved. As long as you're not, I don't know, some crazy felon or, Adolf Hitler or something. So yeah, it's much easier to buy Bitcoin. You just press the buy button. And it's a simple app. It's either buy, send, buy, sell, send, or receive. With investing into stocks, you have all these other, quotes and so many selections. You're trying to figure out which index fund to buy, which ETF to buy, and how much the difference between the expense ratios. Are you buying into Cathie Woods ETFs, ARK funds, and you're paying so much more just for other people to manage your money, and then losing because the hedge fund is not doing a very good job. You gotta do all that. But when you're investing in Bitcoin, that it's a peer-to-peer network. It's a global monetary system that's totally decentralized, and no one controls it. Only the people who buy into it, like me, you, whoever else in the world, millions and millions of people own it. Each and every individual that take part in this system owns it. So, but no individual, no specific individual, no specific entity, no specific bank or institution owns Bitcoin. So, there's value in that. We talked about real estate, we talked about stocks. Obviously artwork, You know, I don't know too much about artwork in particular. I know a little bit about NFTs and stuff, but even then, you know, that's, you know, there's risk there, and you're not going to get that return consistently like you will with Bitcoin, even with that artwork. But you know, artwork can return a good amount of value if you know, if you're lucky and choosing the right piece of artwork or artist. But even then, most people in the world won't have access to this, you know, to specific artwork that can grow in value. And plus, it's, you know, limited edition. Just like, I mean, Bitcoin's limited, but everyone in the globe who has access to a phone or internet connection can take part in this, you know, this revolution and this technology, Bitcoin. Not everyone has access to a piece of Picasso paintings, or, you know, Leonardo da Vinci, whatever stuff, anything. You know, you don't have access. You have it's limited edition, and that limited edition is like thousands and thousands of dollars, and you can't just buy fractions of it. You can't just, you know, say, hey, I want a piece of this artwork, I want a slice of this. Now there's, you know, there's websites and stuff now that they're making tokenizations of specific pieces of art or pieces of property or assets where you could buy fractions of it, even NFTs, you know, non-fungible tokens, which is like, you know, piece of data, piece of artwork. So there's ways in which you can buy fractions of it, but, you know, why not buy and own a fraction of the you know, the most sound currency, the most sound money, the most sound asset, digital property on the planet, which is Bitcoin. It makes much more sense. You know, the fastest growing, the most steady growing asset of all time. You know, digital scarcity. You know, what's going on? So it's digital scarcity. So yeah, just buy Bitcoin. You know, try to continue to stack, you know, sats. Continue to buy Satoshis. You know, the smallest unit of Bitcoin. Just keep buying Bitcoin. That's, you know, who cares what the price is? Even if Bitcoin was 100,000, shoot, buy freaking $10 worth. That $10 is going to grow in value in the next 10 days, you know, 10 years. Obviously, the more money you have, the more capital that, you know, you can get a return on your investment. So you might not have to wait 10 years. You can wait 10 days to get a large sum. But, you know, with Bitcoin, it's more of a store of value. You know, you shouldn't be thinking about too much selling. Obviously, it's always good to take profit and stuff, but, you know, with my viewpoint, you know, what you're going to sell it for? Fiat, just keep your Bitcoin. You can borrow against it. And yeah, or you can buy important things with it, like homes, if you so choose. So buy Bitcoin, continue to stack sats, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.